Welcome to pile number 1. If pile 1 called to you, there is something quietly regal about your energy right now. Something earned, cultivated, and finally ready to be claimed. The 9 of Pentacles shows a figure standing alone in a lush vineyard, surrounded by golden abundance. Everything around them the result of their own patience and effort. This is not a card about luck. This is a card about someone who did the work, tended the garden through every season, and is now standing in the full bloom of what they sowed. That person is you. Your Kanto Companion is Persian, and what a perfect match. Persian evolved from scrappy, survival mode Meowth into something altogether more graceful. That jewel at its forehead is not decoration. It is a symbol of worth that was grown from within, earned through experience, and no longer needs anyone else to validate it. Persian is holding up a mirror today and showing you that same jewel in yourself. You have built something real. There may be a part of you still waiting for permission to enjoy it, waiting for someone to confirm that your accomplishments count, that you are allowed to feel proud. Persian has no patience for that waiting. The permission has always been yours to give. 9 is the number of completion and hard-won wisdom, and this card is asking you to look at everything you have lived through and recognize the gold in it. The difficult seasons, the boundaries finally held, the version of yourself you quietly outgrew. All of it is hanging heavy and beautiful on the vine. Persian is also deeply selective with its energy, and that is a key message for you. Where are you still giving your time and care to situations that do not reflect your worth back to you? Your companion is asking you to upgrade, not from arrogance, but from the grounded self-respect of someone who finally, fully knows their value. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to choose better. You are allowed to inhabit a life that genuinely matches the jewel you carry. Walk forward with Persian beside you, tail held high, unhurried, completely at home in itself. That is the energy available to you now. The garden is ready. Step into it. Welcome to pile number 2. If pile 2 called to you, there is something deep and searching in your energy right now. Something reaching, not frantically but steadily, for meaning, for understanding, for wisdom that can hold the bigness of what you are experiencing. The Hierophant is a major arcana card, which means this is soul-level territory. It is the card of the sacred teacher, the keeper of wisdom, the bridge between the everyday world and something much larger. And your Kanto Companion, Slowbro, which might make you smile, and that is exactly the point. Slowbro does not look like a wise sage. It is famously slow, dreamy, seemingly unbothered by the urgency that affects everyone around it. And yet Slowbro possesses something that faster, more ambitious Pokémon spend their whole lives chasing: genuine, unshakable inner peace. Slowbro's wisdom did not arrive through striving. It arrived through stillness and openness, through being so genuinely receptive that when understanding came, there was nothing in the way to block it. That is the medicine being offered to you today. The Hierophant speaks of learning, tradition, and the transmission of deep knowledge. But at its highest level, it is not about following someone else's rules. It is about developing your own inner authority, your own relationship with truth, your own sense of what is genuinely sacred and meaningful to you. There may be a teacher, a practice, a tradition, or a body of wisdom that has been calling your attention lately. This card is a green light to go deeper, not casually but with real devotion. Slowbro's greatest gift to you right now is permission to slow down. You may be trying to force clarity on a timeline that serves your anxiety rather than your soul. The understanding you are seeking does not respond well to being rushed. It is forming in the deep water beneath the surface of your daily mind, gathering itself, preparing to arrive. The most supportive thing you can do is stop pushing and start listening. Sit with the question. Trust the current. Your companion also carries a gentle challenge. Where have you been outsourcing your own authority? Who have you been looking to for answers that actually live inside you? Slowbro does not look outward for validation of what it knows. It simply knows in that deep, unhurried, water and psychic way of its. You have that same inner knowing. It is quieter than the noise of daily life, but it has never stopped speaking. Slowbro is asking you to get still enough to hear it. Welcome to pile number 3. If pile 3 called to you, something in your life is suspended right now. A decision unmade, a truth unacknowledged, a crossroads you have been standing at long enough that the waiting itself has become its own kind of exhausting. The Two of Swords shows a blindfolded figure with 2 swords crossed over their chest, self-protected, deliberately not seeing, holding 2 opposing truths at arm's length because choosing between them feels impossible. Behind them, the water moves, the moon watches, and everything waits. Your Kanto Companion is Jolteon, and the contrast could not be more electric in every sense. Jolteon is fast, sharp, crackling with restless energy, absolutely incapable of staying still. It evolves from EV through a Thunderstone, one deliberate, irreversible choice that activates its truest nature all at once. Jolteon does not become electric gradually, simply becomes fully and completely what it always was. And it has arrived in your pile today because that same energy lives in you, backed up and waiting for permission to move. The blindfold in the Two of Swords is self-imposed, and this card says that with compassion, not judgment. You put it on for a reason. Choosing means losing something. Seeing clearly means feeling something. And that is genuinely hard. But Jolteon, crackling at your side, is telling you something important. You already know. Beneath the analysis, beneath the going back and forth, beneath the careful weighing of every option, there is a part of you that has known for a while which way your electricity points. Jolteon does not ruminate. It feels the charge, identifies the direction, and moves. Where have you been dimming your own lightning to keep the peace? Jolteon's sharpness, its speed, its refusal to be anything other than fully itself. These are not flaws. They are its greatest power. And there may be situations or relationships in your life that have been asking you to be less electric, less direct, less intensely and honestly yourself. Your companion is not here to tell you to be reckless, but it is absolutely here to tell you that you are not too much. You have never been too much. You are simply the full voltage of yourself. And you deserve a life that can hold that without asking you to dim. The Two of Swords always resolves. It is a threshold, not a permanent state. Something is shifting, whether you initiate it or life does it for you. Jolteon is asking you to be the one who reaches up and removes the blindfold. To lower the swords. To turn around and face the water. The clarity waiting on the other side of this moment is not painful. It is electric. It is alive. It is the feeling of finally, honestly being in motion again. Your companion runs beside you now. Fast, bright, sparking with a kind of energy that only comes from moving in complete alignment with your own truth. That is what is waiting for you. Trust the charge. Choose the path that carries your lightning. Move.